All right, welcome back to Nerd Takes. I'm Justin.
And I'm John.
With us is Brian.
Hello.
And we are here to do a quick Nerd Takes on the Blue Run Reflection 1.
Yeah.
Lambert, take it away.
It rhymes. So a quick summary on Blue Run Distillery. So Blue Run Spirits was founded as this is from their website. So
It's going to sound very fancy.
forgive me.
Marketing.
Blue Run was founded as an ideal. We wanted to create a modernized bourbon company with expressions that taste so rich and smooth that they would entice a new generation of enthusiasts, as well as satisfy the most discerning of aficionados. The banks of Kentucky's Royal Spring, what co-founder Jessica McKnight called the Blue Run as a kid, with its pure limestone filtered water, seemed like a perfect place to start. After all, as the birthplace of bourbon in 1789, the Blue Run is steeped in more than 2 centuries of distilling history.
Well, that was fancy.
How many years of marketing school did that person go?
I don't know.
At least 4.
Yeah.
So what's everyone's experience of Blue Run?
This is the first Blue Run product I've ever tried.
Me too.
0.
Wow. All right, this is going to be a
Perfect.
fun little taste.
This is going to be fun.
Okay, so what are we actually sampling here?
So this is Blue Run Reflection 1, but I'm going to go into a little bit about the distiller. So that is Jim Rutledge. So Jim Rutledge expertly approves Blue Run's bourbon selections and distills this is from the website too, and distills our new make bourbon. Rutledge, a 50-year veteran of the industry, is the former master distiller at Four Roses. Enshrined in the inaugural class of the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame in 2001, he received a Lifetime Achievement Award in 2007 from Malt Advocate and was named Ambassador of the Year by Whiskey Magazine in 2008. Rutledge was also the 13th inductee and only the second American into Whiskey Magazine's Global Hall of Fame in 2013. So he's kind of a big deal.
So what we're saying is this why Blue Run is so highly coveted? I mean, I feel like this is a brand that I've heard a lot about recently, and
Right.
people seem to be kind of fucking obsessed with it. And
Yes.
But Rutledge was hired, right?
Yes.
He's not owner of this.
No, he was just hired. He was not.
Gotcha.
He's not the owner. And now a little bit about this. So Blue Run Reflection 1 Kentucky Straight Bourbon is a small batch whiskey and was contract distilled by Blue Run Liquid Advisor and Bourbon Hall of Famer Jim Rutledge. Jim distilled this batch of 2 barrels at Castle and Key Distillery. The name Reflection 1 was chosen by 2 of Blue Run's founders who faced personal challenges over the past 2 years in the middle of the pandemic and while launching the company. Pulled from existing aging stock, this approachable bourbon at this particular proof is what they both enjoyed during this period, allowing them to reflect on what truly matters, starting first and foremost with family. So age, it is non-age stated, and it is at 95 proof.
because it's a blend, right?
Because it's a blend.
So this is
It's a straight bourbon, though?
We'll just call this.
This is a straight bourbon whiskey.
So it's over 4 years.
So
this
it
is,
is.
This is the COVID blend. We'll call it that.
This is the COVID blend, and I do have tasting notes from the website.
Don't tell us them yet.
I will not tell you, and the MSRP is $100.
Okay. So nose first.
Let's do
Brian, what are you
nose.
getting? You're the expert.
Spearmint and licorice.
Yeah, there's definitely some mint in there.
Yeah. Like a lot of mint, and there's some licorice on the back end. I get green, the color green from like grasses and green vegetables.
It's got some for being 95. I'm getting ethanol.
Me too. I was going to say the same thing.
It's getting some. There's some. It stings the nostrils.
Quite potent.
Quite potent.
All right, sampling time. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's incredibly mellow on the initial taste.
Yeah, it is.
But back of the throat, though, is where I'm getting it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. It's coming back very subtly. It's just kind of hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
It just, the sensation is hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
The minty, like the cool mint, right? It's like I ate a one of those little lifesavers that are at every corporate meeting or something that
Yeah.
One of those.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I'll reserve my opinion until
we
we're ready
rate.
to give opinions.
Until we rate.
But this could be.
Personally, I don't mind it. Actually, I'm not a big mint. I love mint, just to be clear. But it's not necessarily something. It's like peanuts and mint are not necessarily something I want out of a bourbon.
True.
but it's got like a refreshing, but also kind of a hot flavor to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's still there. Right
Yeah,
now.
it is. I mean,
What do you-
I took another sip, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's trying to, but like the nose doesn't match the palate, and I feel like we've done that a few times with a few things that we've tasted.
Well,
Where it's-
I smelled mint and I'm tasting mint, so that part. to
Well,
me
it just
matches,
I guess like the nose is stronger, and then the palate's just kind of like it's very mellow. I mean, I get
It's
like
gotta
that's what they were going. Based on the description and what I've read, like that's what they were going for. They weren't looking for something that was going to punch you in the face.
they
were
achieved that.
They were going to look for something that like was just a smooth sipper that you can just relax and sip on any day.
I feel relaxed. I could sip on this every day.
I could too.
Brian feels a little bit differently about it.
I'm not. Perhaps I'm not understanding Mr. Rutledge's vision. And it's just me. It seems very one-dimensional to me. There's not much to it. Adding water did not help at all, and normally that does, but it did not. It didn't bring out any more subtleties. I'm getting straight up breath mint and not much else.
That's interesting.
And it
I
feels to
am
me-
kind of getting that too, but
Yeah.
for some reason I kind of enjoy it a little bit.
No, I'm with you. Like
It's-
it's not. Again, same with you. Like mint
it's
is
not an unpleasant flavor.
Yeah.
It's just, I guess I'm after hearing the MSRP, I'm like, there's a lot of really, really good $30 bourbon that costs $100 now, and that's what gets me is that fair to the consumer that
right.
if there were more complexity, I'm there, right? Even if it's as mellow as can be, give me an 80 proof with a lot of complexity. I can deal with that. But to just say, we wanted it to be light and mellow. Okay, light and mellow doesn't
Doesn't need to be $100.
doesn't need to be $100 a bottle.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Again,
What
like-
are the tasting flavor?
Oh, I was just going to add on to him. Like for $100, it's like I'd rather buy the Booker's that's in the other room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us what we're supposed to be getting.
So the tasting notes, according to the website, are bright. Is it Rainier
Rainier cherries.
and creamy butterscotch on the nose.
Did they make a Manhattan with it?
I don't know. Fluffy pancakes get maple syrup on the front end, rosemary on the mid palate with an invigorating nutmeg finish.
I don't get any of that.
And go.
I get a little
Fluffy fucking pancakes?
I get a little
I don't.
bit of the sweetness in the butterscotch, like
I get it
on the nose.
Some of the
but
sweetness, but I wouldn't pull
No.
pancakes. Like
I wouldn't even pull butterscotch. I'd pull
like
sweetness.
fluffy
Okay,
pancakes
I
and
can-
maple syrup. And I've said this time
I
and
can
time
smell
again.
that it's been in a barrel.
Angel's Envy Rye is pancakes and maple syrup.
Yeah, that definitely is.
This is not that.
Not that at all.
No, Whistle Pig. You can get even just Whistle Pig 10 year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can get that maple syrup
Absolutely.
kind of thing.
Orange
This is-
citrus.
This is sweet. This is simple syrup. And
Well, maple syrup. There you go.
well, but simple. If
Well,
we're
yeah,
using
okay,
it's simple
yeah.
mint, it's simple syrup, it's simple this, it's simple that. It's not multi-dimensional. It's one-dimensional. It's and,
Yep.
I'm curious to taste this
Yeah.
in time.
I was going to say this
was the
is
neck pour and-
a fresh crack.
Yeah, so I'm curious to taste this in time and see. Maybe there's something there because you have to trust the provenance of
Rutledge.
Rutledge, right?
Like the guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he definitely knows what he's doing. So is he just cashing in on this project, or is he actually making
Right.
a passion project?
Right. And some of the like for Blue Run and just some of the stuff that I've read, like they put out some older age stated stuff. So they've put out like 13 and a half, 14-year cast strength stuff that has gotten really good reviews. This got marginal, like not great, but not terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of middle of the road reviews, which is kind of where we're
It's
leaning.
about where I'm going to be.
about
I
where
do
we're
have a
going.
bottle of Blue Run. It's a rye, which I am excited to try, but I haven't opened
So
it yet.
I think that one probably got better than This with the high rye or just a straight rye?
The high rye.
The high rye bourbon or just
Yeah.
a straight rye? Okay. Yeah. So that one was actually
All right, well let's rate this one. Brian, you get to go first. You're the guest.
I'm a little bit above blue milk. So I'm going. I guess I'm kind of screaming no.
Get your hand cut off.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
got my hand cut off and just found
Crying
out.
Luke. That's a 2.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go next. I'm getting it a 5. I'm saying Force Ghost Luke. I think it's a good one. It's right in the middle. I think for $100, it's definitely not worth it.
no.
But if this was $50-$60, I'd say it's a really good. This is gonna sound silly. It's kind of a nice palate cleanser. Like it's a nice. It'd be a good like in between like a really high
We can
proof.
make a great sorbet.
Be a great sorbet.
Yeah.
All right, so 5 Force Ghost Luke for me.
Yeah, and I'll agree on that one. I'll piggyback on you. Force
Yeah.
Ghost lose 5. Like it's solid. It's fine. It's not a drain pour, but it's not like, oh my god, it's so good. I got to keep going back to it and keep going back to it and keep going back to it. Like this will be a bottle on my shelf. It'll whittle down eventually, but
Yeah.
it won't be one that I kill like right away.
It's a good component to an infinity bottle,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, I like
a little
that.
bit
Yeah.
here and a little bit there because it can add that fresh note that.
Well, and like you
If
said,
you're
it'll
dealing
be
with nothing but ethanol or like it's too sweet, like that might be a nice little addition.
Right.
it'll be interesting to see how this opens up over time.
Yeah,
I'm
to
curious
see
to
that.
see that.
So it's a quantitative crying Luke.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Crying
Right.
Luke with promise.
All right. Well,
Yeah. An
here
asterisk.
we go. Blue Run. Nerd takes.
There it takes.
Cheers.